on our shenanigans. Huh? Shenanigans. Bora mmeelewa anyway. Sasa kuna kitu libama na kusema content creators ama saa zingine mtu hukosa content, so the easy aspect inakuanga nini, you target the many, the more of them with things. Nishai watch, I'll give a story where sometimes the story was given and I resonated with it. So there's one thing about being a content creator. So sometimes your content may not literally get the viewership you want, they get to be monetized and give you returns, but you have consistently do it despite that. So the fact that sometimes you get analysis, in YouTube there is YouTube Studio, whereby now you have to analyze your content that you have been posting, your viewership, how many have you been getting, which content was more favorable. And this current age of AI, you'll get easier system to analyze whatever you have been posting. So all this is what I think. Imagine we are listening to a song made by AI. So where is that now? Where is that? During those days when I was a little kid, I'm still a little kid, man. Mimi mtoto mdogo. I have not even clear 5 years experience natoa wapi? I saw that in a meme. So now this is the question. I'm listening to music made by AI. It's okay, I have no issue with that. It's good, it's generative AI, so it's something generative, it's a good idea, everyone can create music and all that. But where is that? Where is those guys who really did their thing? I don't know how to discuss this. I'm not an expert in AI or neither an expert in music, but just reason out for yourself. Like, what do you think is really happening? What is the shift? So, if ringtones, if the producer was producing, I don't know what's the role of a producer, but I guess if the producer is the one who creates the beats and everything, so you as the lyrics person, you come with the lyrics and get the song. Okay, I heard that some people create the lyrics and then they sell to the artist. So the artist now has to sing the appearance and the video creation and everything. So if we are creating the lyrics out of YouTube, out of AI, and then so we have substituted that one person with an AI machine. So the next thing, the producer will use the beats. So I know you will say about that aspect of that human being that is prompting with that. To some point, he may not be displaced or may not be replaced. But look at this. Are we making it easier or we are moving the human aspect into it? Because if, let me see this, we have two aspects. We have one whereby you have the guy, which is the director or the producer, who is trained on AI, so he can use AI to create the beats. It make works easier anyway. And this reminds me of days when I said that sometimes motivation, laziness is our motivation. We may say that is okay, yes, we want to create music in a faster way in few days and get quality music out of it, but we have used less time, less energy, and more, we may say, of the result, but it's less time and less energy. So that's just an out of reasons, because you could have spent more time and more energy on that. But you would ask, why would you spend more time and energy on something to the return? But now you see, at the same time, you may balance the two, but we have two sides of the coin. So the other aspect is that person who still create the beats and everything on raw, like without any AI assistance. So he will take time. When he takes time, he creates his thing. Maybe the algorithm will not pick him up. So there's one lady her YouTube channel is called Page Melt. She says create your own algorithm. So in this YouTube, for example, we are monetized sometimes, and the algorithm has to pick you to give it to the customer. So sometimes back I erased all my history that I was creating, that I had created, because from your history. It's what the AI, the machines, the AI will use to predict whatever it will show you. That's why you'll never receive everything. Your algorithm that shows you. Hiyo ni njaa. So your AI, your algorithm will show you something different from my algorithm according to what I have been seeing and what I have been searching from the search history. It is able to predict and pick from your history what next that you are going to have, which is the thing with the AI. So now we have created music. So in the near future, the AI systems will always analyze those music that we have created, and it will see that we have been using consistent beats, so it will have now to change. Maybe because of the hyper, it's called what, machine learning. Kuna that there's that term I'm not remembering, whereby now the machines are able to make financial make to, can make decisions that almost human almost entirely dependent on human beings to make those decisions. I don't know whether I've said the right thing, but I think it's that that aspect you leave the computers to give you decisions that a human would have made. To it will think for itself and it will pick for itself. Now the problem comes in here. See, so whatever we are feeding the AI, if we are feeding the AI the wrong thing, it means at the end of the day it may get the wrong results. So now I go back to the thing I was thinking about algorithm and how YouTube and AI, sometimes I see it as a threat. I know you may take advantage and want to do the best out of it and earn money and gain. It's okay, but the Bible says, and what shall the man and if he gets everything and loses his own life? I don't know how that translates to that. I don't know whether I'm being cynical and victim playing the victim card here. But now this is it. AI, AI music, and the algorithm and content creators. So the content creators, you analyze your system and meet that whatever it has given you, though this content is going to make you be the best content creator, create more money, get more audience. Of course, I'll go with that, but literally, where is the authentic self? Where is the authentic being that you want you to remain you, to remain yourself, your true self? Because now that it starts from where you are, and then you start pursuing a path which is really good, you can get to the top. But sometimes at the top, I ask myself, I think I've never been at the top. I always feel that I need to go higher and higher. And now that's the problem, because if you go at the epitome of content creation, you are this big creator and everything. So whatever will be good for you, it's to go with whatever the people want to consume and get whatever you want it. But now you see, if I'm creating for more than 6 hours a day or more than 8 hours a day, and then I rest, and then I have to sleep for 8 hours a day, the rest of the 8 hours a day, maybe for example, is used on travel and other issues. Where will I ever get my time to literally think about myself? I know you may say about 30 minutes rule and all that, time for meditation and time for weekend, but pesa, people want money. We always think about creating more. So I literally doubt whether you may have enough time to really be yourself and have meetings with yourself and ask yourself the real question. Because anytime, for example, in a hustle, in business, so the product that's moving, that's what you stock, and you will turn a blind eye on the rest of the products. So the same way it will happen. You you will turn a blind eye on your own self and your own authentic self and follow the content creation journey. Now we go back to the music. If you loved music, for example, and you start creating music with yourself, so now I don't know that thing about music. I really don't have enough content to talk about it, but I found out it's both. I'm not complaining anyway. I'm just giving the fact and what I think about AI and music. The other one is arrogalism. Arrogalism, we have no option but to accept the reality. But I only think what I can do is confuse the arrogalism each and every time. This day I'm searching for these types of song, and the other day I'm searching for this type of song, and then I never give my history to my algorithm again. I delete every history, not actually deleting. At first, I restrict them recording my movements. I know they are recording because Google and YouTube and everything, it was the third parties may get my information and everything, but I don't care about it. I just want to focus on whatever I need and whatever serves me at the moment, because I cannot literally control the products, the machines and the products that I'm using, the platform that I'm using. At the end of the day, I may need them. It's not a matter. I may not need them also, but I'm using those methods as my own way for the best benefit of me, because they are there to be used. Let me use, of which I'm using with a purpose. It's a good archive for life and everything. I don't know whether people really achieve whatever they want in life. I think the situations sometimes force us to do things that we're not supposed to do. But mambo ni mingi, mambo ni mingi, mambo ni mingi, masanje wachache bana. Keep moving on. Tutakutana in the next video. If the algorithm gives you me, I will ndivyo. Mambo ni mingi bwana.